हेलो फ्रेंड्स। उम्मीद करता हूँ आप सभी बहुत अच्छे होंगे और सभी अपने घरों में सुरक्षित होंगे। फ्रेंड्स, टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस वन ऑफ द मोस्ट important टॉपिक ऑफ इंडियन इकोनॉमी, that is related to currency appreciation and depreciation. Friends, after watching this complete video, you will have clear concept that what are the impact of these appreciation and depreciation on export and import. Moreover, this will form a basis for understanding balance of payment. So before moving towards our main topic, let's discuss about exchange rate. So exchange rate is nothing but simply a rate at which currency can be exchanged for a particular value. For example, if I am saying $1 is equal to 60 rupees, so this is the exchange rate. Broadly speaking, there are four types of exchange rate: fixed exchange rate, float, liberalized or dual, and unified exchange rate management system. In fixed exchange rate, the exchange rate is fixed by government through its central bank. For example, RBI in case of India. In float exchange rate, the exchange rate is determined by the market forces of demand and supply. For example, if demand of dollar is increasing in an economy, that will mean that banks are having shorter dollar. This implies that dollar will be expensive. This also implies that currency will depreciate. Similarly, if people are not interested in buying dollar from the banks, so banks are having surplus dollar, under that situation value of dollar will decrease and currency will appreciate. In 1991, India adopted liberalized or dual exchange rate system. That was a combination of official as well as market forces. We didn't adopted either fixed or float, but we go for combination of both. However, in 1993, India moves towards unified exchange rate management system, which is based on currency convertibility. Today we will not discuss about currency convertibility, that we will cover in some other video. So let's move towards our main topic, that is depreciation and devaluation. Depreciation is a fall in the value of a currency in a floating exchange rate system. For example, yesterday $1 was equal to rupees 60 and today $1 become 63. This is known as depreciation if done by general public and devaluation if done by RBI on behalf of Government of India. Friend, you must be wondering why I mention this general public and RBI. So let me explain you this with a simple example. For example, Indian people wants to buy more and more imported items. And to buy imported items, we need to trade in dollars. So what we will do, people will go to banks and they will start taking dollar in exchange of rupee. That means banks will fall short of dollar. That means dollar will be more expensive, and dollar will be more expensive, that means our currency will depreciate, and this is done by general public. RBI has played no role here. This is known as depreciation if done by general public. Now, on the other hand, if RBI on behalf of Government of India purchases dollar from banks, so banks will be short of dollar. So value of dollar will increase, dollar will be expensive, and our currency will be weak. This is known as devaluation if done by RBI on behalf of Government of India. So let's discuss the impact of depreciation on export. For example, there is some business person X from India who is selling markers to somebody Y in USA, and one marker cost rupees 1. So yesterday he was able to buy 60 markers with $1, and I was able to sell 60 markers. So I was getting $1, that is 60 rupees. Now today Today he can buy 63 markers, and I am also able to sell 63 markers. That means I am able to sell more. Are you getting? It's helping even him and even me as a businessman. So exporter is able to sell more. This means weakening of rupee is beneficial for exporter. Hope you get the clear idea. Now let's discuss impact on importer. Suppose we need petrol worth $1. Now we need to pay more, that is rupees 63. Earlier we were paying only 60. Yesterday we were only paying rupees 60, but today we need to pay 63 for buying the petrol worth $1. That means we have to pay more. So depreciation of rupee is not beneficial for importer. So hope from today you will be having no doubt about how it is impacting importers and exporters. Now let's move towards appreciation and revaluation. It is basically opposite of that we have studied so far. Appreciation, it is an increase in the value of one currency in relation to another currency. For example, yesterday $1 was equal to rupees 60 and today $1 is equal to rupees 71. Friends, this is known as appreciation if done by general public and revaluation if done by RBI on behalf of Government of India. So general public means, for example, in today's scenario, if we see, people are not going outside, people have stopped purchasing foreign goods. So what will happen? The banks are having surplus dollar. That means value of dollar will decrease. So what will happen? When value of dollar will decrease, value of our currency will increase. That means rupee will appreciate. It is done by general public. Similarly, RBI has no role here. It is known as appreciation. On the other hand, if it's done by RBI on behalf of Government of India, it's known as revaluation. How? For example, RBI pushes surplus dollar into the banks. That means banks are having more dollar with them. Okay? That means value of dollar is decreasing. And when value of dollar is decreasing, value of rupee is increasing. That is known as revaluation, and it is done by RBI on behalf of Government of India. Now let's understand it with an example. So for example, similar example we are taking, that we have taken of marker. Even now marker is costing rupees 1. But earlier I was able to sell 60 marker for $1, but after appreciation I am able to sell only 57 markers. That means after appreciation, exporter is selling less. That means I am also getting less money. So strengthening of rupee is not beneficial for exporter. Friends, I think it should be crystal clear now. It should be crystal clear now that why appreciation is not beneficial for exporters. Let's see how importers are getting affected. Similar example that we took earlier. Suppose we need petrol worth $1. Yesterday I was getting $1 petrol at rupees 60, and today I am getting $1 worth of petrol at rupees 57. That means I am paying less than what I was paying yesterday. So appreciation of rupee is beneficial to importer. Friends, now it should be very clear to you what are the impact of appreciation on importer and exporter, and what are the impact of depreciation on importer and exporter. So two more terms that we will discuss in our next video: balance of payment and balance of trade. So actually I took this video today because this will form a basis for understanding these terms in a much better way. Friends, hope you are liking our videos, and I would request you to subscribe our channel to get notification about our new video. And in case you require a video on any specific topic, do comment, and we will definitely try our best to make a video on that. Thank you and wish you all the very best.